All right. And now
I haven't seen Isaac since he qualified for Team USA.
it's a whole nother new person.
Hey, Isaac.
Hey guys.
All right, everyone in the house, clap it up for Isaac Updike.
Hey! What's the name of your college again?
Eastern Oregon.
Eastern Oregon.
Okay.
I thought it was Western.
Yeah.
Oh, it was not.
How are you
drug
feeling?
testing go?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm like 70, 80 fluid ounces deep on water.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to pee pretty shortly.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you feel, man? You made it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've been so close for so long, or not so long, a couple of years now, that it feels like it's finally just clicked. It doesn't, like I've been confident that I've been close to making the team if everything lines up, and it just hasn't. So it's not like some crazy over the moon, like shot in the dark feeling. It just feels like gratifying and solidifies all the work and training that I've done over the past couple of years.
So this year, some changes. You joined UA Mission Run, Dark Sky.
Yes.
I mean, you were so close with Tommy? I mean, is there still a little bit of like a collaboration?
Yeah,
there?
he's right out there.
Yeah. But like this whole year in general, like leading up to this point, like how did you deal with some of these changes? You did spend a lot of time in Flagstaff while you were with Empire League.
Yeah,
too.
so I moved to Flagstaff and kind of based out of there full time for the past year and a half. So I've worked out with Hass's group and the Under Armour guys for quite a while now. So I knew that like that fit would work before we ever went down the road of looking at the team being a reality. And Hass and, by that mark, Hass and Tommy have both communicated a lot to just make sure workouts were working and how I went and how I, because Tommy was kind of writing stuff and Hass was like boots on the ground, right? The eyes and so it was pretty fluid. And I mean, I made the team, so that's like the thing you want, right? It's never easy to leave something that you like trust. But I knew that I needed, if I was going to make a change, it had to happen sooner because you don't want that to happen next year during the Olympic cycle. So to have changed things this year and it still work is a good sign of both guys.
Was there a mental click that is really the difference here in the last few years? Is it purely physical? You didn't have COVID this time, or
I mean, that helps. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tend to kind of front run and just like send it in the past, and not that I didn't send it tonight, but this year I kind of approached races a little more tactically and a little more. I trusted my foot speed over hurdles. I tend God knows.
I was just saying all this, but yeah, it's better when you say it.
Yeah, I really everyone on NJNY was always dogging on me for I was not confident in my foot speed because I trained with a lot of 15 guys and so I'd get dusted in 2s and 3s and 4s. But then when you started
5s and 6s.
and Ks and miles and but yeah, when you started applying hurdles, I doubted myself quite a bit. And this year was probably the first year that I was confident going into basically every race that like I had some of the top foot speed over the last quarter mile. So I would just trust that I had that regardless if it was 100 meters to go or like 160 tonight. Like I was like, I know that I'm better over the hurdles. So just be better over the hurdles.
Not that you have to be the spokesperson for all those kids who go to NAIA schools, maybe don't have a perfect setup immediately after graduating, have to figure things out, shift things a lot. You're now, 31?
Yeah.
Like, you just decided to stick with it. Why? And
that's a great question.
Why did you decide to stick with it? And
I finally have an answer.
Out? Yeah.
I mean, I left college, 8:47, 4:21 mile. Like nothing that says you're going to be able to run pro. But it just felt like I enjoyed running. I had a group of friends that also enjoyed running, and we all thought we weren't at our ceilings, and that was really like at the core of it. That was it. We just wanted to see how much better we could get, what our top end was. And then things just progressed, like small goal after small goal after small goal. And then you fast forward 7 years and small goal, making the team.
7 years, like even with like some of the on the backside of things, the contracts and like getting dropped and all this stuff, like at times, like what were some of the biggest sacrifices you had to make along the way to just stay in it?
We ate at a high school dining hall a lot.
yeah. Shout out to the Masters. Working, right?
Yeah.
You sacrifice maybe some doubles and maybe some quality sleep. But I got real efficient at being able to take like 13-minute naps between workouts and starting my shift at Dick's Sporting Goods. And Mythbusters proved that's good. That works. And then, like the normal things that you miss, whether it be weddings or funerals or stuff like that you sacrifice to, that in the moment you kind of question it, right? And even still, now he may have some doubts, but at least this helps kind of justify all those.
Take us through the final 200 of this race.
Yeah.
It was tight.
It was tight. Yeah. We got a glimpse of the women's race while we were under, and I saw 3 women that had broken away, and I was like, that'd be nice.
I should do that.
I'm like, I hope someone takes that, and I'm just one of the 3. And then as the race progressed, it obviously wasn't. It felt kind of like the prelim, where it was like I'd look up at the screen and I'd be like, I don't know where I am, but there's like 15 of us there, and there's only 14 people in the race. So I just Haas had talked to me before the race and was just like, just be confident and trust like that you have the foot speed over the last lap, and you don't have to be the one to make the move. You just have to be able to respond to the move and be there to make the last move. Right. And I think Mason had gone around me. And I was like, well, like, just don't freak out. And it's kind of a funny attitude to have with 180 meters to go, where you're like, just get him on the next barrier. And so I was just like, I swung a little wide and attacked that barrier and just had like, all that training and everything, like all the beating against the head, clicked. And yeah,
I noticed just how wide you went on over that last barrier, and like, how much time do you have to make that decision?
I mean, I'm pretty used to going wide over the barriers and water pits. That's my strength. Yeah. Is I'm pretty efficient and I'm pretty tight over the water pit and the barriers. So I tend to always flare wide because I usually end up either running up onto someone or kind of squaring up next to them over really hurdling. So if it's just an instinct to kind of go wide because I tend to be over and back on the track.
Tommy, you want to talk? You want to talk? You can sit, Tommy.
You guys live here.
I just see it.
This was a house where the party was.
Sit down.
Yeah. So that was yeah. I forgot what we were talking about.
I don't know, but Tommy's here now.
What was that?
No, the hurdling at the end, but you're good.
Yeah. That's basically it. It's that's my strength, and I kind of leaned into that today. And it wasn't. I mean, obviously winning would be great, but I wasn't this is my first team that I've ever had a real strong, confident attitude I could make. And so I was first or third, it doesn't matter. You just, you get there. Yeah.
Tommy, how happy are you right now?
I'm happy.
Into the mic, Tommy.
I like redemption.
Into the mic.
Sorry. I'm happy. I like redemption, and I've watched this guy, work his ass off for how long?
We've been together since basically the end of 2018.
Yeah.
I was talking to you. Yeah.
And then before that, you were here working in Dick's and working in Fred Meyer and So let's really keep it real. It's been a journey for this guy, to see him do what he did today and execute the way he did, it was a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
I think a cool thing, Tommy, is the parallels of your careers in some ways right now. Because you were very much doing the grind that Isaac is now doing as a true steeplechase in order to, be the guy who's sitting in the seat making a world's team.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, this is just so many things that had to go right for Isaac. I mean, the last 2 years between having COVID last year, having a knee injury in the fall that required how many PRP injections?
There's a couple.
Yeah, a couple.
Yeah.
And then last year was a tough pill to swallow, and then the year before with 2021 and just missing it. So again, for him to put it all together and for all the people that were involved and see that happen. And, everybody knows Isaac. He's just, a great guy, and everybody was pulling for him. So it was really nice to see it happen.
You've gone we heard from Isaac and some of the sacrifices that he made, but you as well have made a number of sacrifices in order to be jumping back and forth between New York and Flagstaff. How many times in order to be there to, help coach through workouts? And
he put me in a camper in his driveway.
Yeah, exactly. Like Isaac mooching off Kim's meals, Yeah. So I guess even for you, like, how validating does this feel for the sacrifices that you guys both made?
For me, like, I'll do whatever it takes, to help this guy and anybody that, that our team believes in and that I believe in and John believes in, and that, the dedication that he had makes it really easy when you see someone working as hard and as dedicated. He's in Flagstaff. He does what he needs to do. Do I go out there once in a while? Probably not. I haven't enough, and John and I haven't been, and we don't have the budget to do that, right? So, but that he just gets it done. So, again, the sacrifices that I make, I love to do this, and if I can do it with people like Isaac, it's not a sacrifice at all. I get to do what I love to do and watch somebody, reach their goals. Not a sacrifice, especially to watch tonight.
Now shifting to Budapest, have you
I've been crazy enough.
Perfect enough. Yeah. Nice place.
Yeah. It's a half hour out of Budapest, but it's.
So I guess now, like, how quickly do you start thinking, all right, well, like, let's make that final and let's do something special there?
Yeah. We already have a house up in St. Moritz, so I'll be going there probably Monday. Trying to line up maybe one more steeple in between now and then. Just focusing on, a little more base and a couple more, maybe one or two more workouts and just getting ready to rock and roll again.
Yeah. So it's not going to be just like a victory lap, happy to be here type thing. I think that I can make the final and it's going to be exciting to, not that I am ever pitting myself against the other people out in the race really, but it's like, running with Keter and just the USA guys it'll be fun to have like that kind of like us against them mentality in the heats. Love it. Well, we shouldn't keep the celebration any longer.
You have
hungry.
To pee.
I do actually have to pee. Yeah.
Have to pee, have to eat. Isaac, Tommy, thanks for joining us. And for everyone watching live on YouTube, thanks for tuning in tonight. The show would not have been possible without the support of Under Armour, who also supported Isaac's dreams of getting to the World Championships. So one more day of the U.S. Championships. We're going to make it, Kyle. It's been a lot, but
it's been super fun.
We love track and field.
We love it so much. So worth the sacrifices.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Thank you.